Constantine met me all dressed up, this time in the image of a village hipster. Buddy, as far as I remember, it all started with this extension. Can you tell me in a few words how you built it?
Is your memory serving you right? Yes, I really built it with my own hands, right here in this very spot. This part was attached to the foundation using the hot ammonia method with rebar, and everything is built simply from extruded polystyrene foam without a frame. You can see the mesh here, something fell here, I launched something from the second floor, it broke through, so now you can see how it was done. So the adhesive here is not tile adhesive, but insulation adhesive, and there's reinforced mesh. That's all, nothing else. The plan called for plaster and art concrete finishing, which I thought would be too complex for a lazy person. And we just made boards, screwed them on like this, and it turns out to be a half-timbered style finish. Maybe it even holds something there. There are walls, like partitions, and they don't have any kind of frame at all, but everything still holds together.
Well, I remember you said that this is some kind of corset technology.
Corset technology, yeah.
So now you're saying it's just a board and nothing holds it there?
Well, maybe something. How am I supposed to know if it's holding anything or not? Here, both boards are screwed in with 4 screws on both sides. That's it, but they're along the surface, like this. So what are they holding there? Nothing at all.
So you mean to say that you took the risk to build this second floor on just slightly plastered polystyrene foam?
Yes, but first I poured the reinforced concrete belt in winter. In winter, I had more time and didn't feel sorry for myself. I poured the reinforced concrete belt. This is the permanent formwork on which the stairs have been placed many times. We set up this staircase, leaned it on, and everything holds up perfectly. Here, it's placed on the reinforced concrete belt. What's it called? I'm not a builder. I have no idea. Maurladvi. Oh. These are rotten boards, and to treat them, well really, they're not like that. I sawed them on the site with you, and everything is treated, everything with antiseptic, and on top of that, we started to build, so to speak, the frame from boards 100 by 50.
And then you did something no one expected from you. You built an entire floor on a questionable foundation.
Even I didn't expect that from myself. Not just one floor, almost 2 floors, because there's also a mezzanine floor above me, and there. And I'm very satisfied that this is exactly how I'm doing it. Well, I mean, he says he built it, but it's not really finished yet. You can't live here yet. At the same time, it's much warmer here now than outside, which allows me to walk around here in a suit and a hat. Although when I was working out there, you could even go without a hat. Well, I like how things are done here. Kazai, everyone, maybe. It might seem like the reliability isn't that great, but we have braces installed, even though they're nailed with 150mm nails, 3 in each joint. But the extruded polystyrene foam itself, it also provides some rigidity. You can't deny that it does give some rigidity. Try it. In this plane, try to change it somehow, reduce it to the diagonal. It's fine. In my opinion, when there's a lot of it, the roof already adds rigidity. The roof is covered with flexible shingles, and accordingly, the oriented strand board boards nailed there also add rigidity. There are braces everywhere, as he affectionately calls them, the one who helped with all this, calls them Rasperdonchaki. Well, the finishing is still ahead, of course, and there will be massive insulation, additional, what's it called, cross insulation. It will be even warmer.
Cross insulation is surface insulation that covers the frame. Will you install it inside or outside there?
You can look inside there. Of course, I'll do it so that any moisture from the boards goes outside. Why should it come in here? I think everything is thought out pretty well here.
Who thought it out?
It's collective intelligence, people in the comments. At first, of course, I think about it myself. Then I call various acquaintances who are somehow connected to construction. I read the comments, and that's how the solution comes up. Although if I hadn't read the comments, maybe I would have finished building everything a long time ago. People there scare me, saying things will fall apart or someone's mesh came off. But if you use proper technique, nothing will fall off. Have you seen in the video how the mesh comes off in one whole sheet? No, not like that, but I have seen it, and I know the reason. It's because, like in my case, the insulation stood there all summer. Well, for example, when they insulate walls and the expanded polystyrene just sits there, and it starts to break down in the sun, gets all dusty. They stick it onto that, of course. Yeah, at least wash it off there with a pressure washer, or at least somehow knock it off and prime it. Back then, when we did the finishing at my parents' place, we primed it and then even glued the tiles with good tile adhesive. Nothing fell off, there was no mesh, everything held up, the finish stayed on, and if you reinforce it with mesh, it'll add even more rigidity, right? Now winter is already starting for us, with rain and snow, so that none of it blows in or gets inside here. We put up reinforced plastic sheeting, not just regular, and nailed it on that side. I also want to cover this side with plastic sheeting. Usually, you just make some kind of entrance for a greenhouse, and that's it. Well, it should be enough to heat for the winter. This room still gets heated somehow, but it works out. I'll show you later. There's a pipe. It gives off heat. Well, if you open the door here, which comes from the bathhouse on the first floor, it's fine here too. All the heat rises up. And we'll have things like plastic film, bags. Well, what can you do if there's no other option right now? To make the windows, I think we need about 17 or 18 windows here. The number keeps changing all the time. We initially planned for more, but now there will be even more. I also want to add 3 skylight windows upstairs.
Just regular skylight windows.
Yes, regular skylight windows.
Expensive, unreliable.
Expensive, unreliable, but we'll have to install them here because we need some kind of solution there. With lighting and additional ventilation, and on both mezzanine floors, additional ventilation is also needed, so a window as well. You can never have too much light, as I understand.
And about the ventilation, since you brought it up, what ventilation will there be?
I hope it will be natural, but we'll probably need to install a recuperator. Maybe we'll make it ourselves.
And what do you have on the floor?
Trash.
I can see that.
But actually, this here means you used self-tapping screws. Each sheet of plywood is screwed in, so...
That's how it stayed.
Yeah, so nothing else has been done yet. Well, soon there will be insulation, and we'll be doing soundproofing. The insulation there is interesting. It's going to be a combined solution for the entire second floor, both over the old house and the extension. We'll soundproof everything, and accordingly, the thermal insulation as an extra. I think that's good too. Let's go. I'll show you another room. This was the old house's roof. I had a house here that was 6x6 plus 3 walls, 6x4. Now the total area here is 140 square meters.
Of the whole house.
Of the whole house. Well, I calculated it somehow. It should be 140 here. Square meters, that's what I got. Don't step there. I almost fell through into the sauna. There used to be a chimney there. Yeah, right there. And plus the paneling in the sauna, basically everything that's there.
It's all falling apart there now.
Yeah, something in the sauna, everything that's insulated there. That's what I mean. Here's the pipe, the one that's there now.
Heats the second floor.
It's not being heated right now, but during the heating season, it gives off a good amount of heat.
And in terms of fire safety, there's no contact there, nowhere with extruded polystyrene.
No contact at all. We're against those things of yours, against those strange contacts of yours. By the way, that's not a door. That's just me sinking into the wall. So basically, there will be a partition going right here. Up to? Well, you can see it by this.
This is where the partition will be. Yes, right here, along this post, like this, like that. So the rooms will be separated further.
In a private house, you don't really need such big bedrooms anyway. You spend most of your time somewhere else. And here it will be, just as much as it looks visually. 2.5 meters by. Yeah, almost 3. Well, it's just a normal room, you know, put a bed, maybe a desk, and that's it. Maybe we'll add a built-in bed here, as suggested. I haven't really decided yet whether we'll make it or not. Well, as an option, you could just sleep up top and have a sofa underneath, but I don't really like building all that stuff. It's cool there's a kind of romantic vibe, but here, I don't know, it's just for something. This is a walk-through room, and here's the door. I go through, that's it. I'm behind you, I'm already in another room, see how it is here. You're in your own little house, but you can hear and see through the walls. And this is my room, and it's actually big. It's about 2.5 meters there. Yeah, probably around that. Yeah, it's 8. I've always advocated for discrimination, so I always need more. Well, that's how I feel. Basically, yeah, this will be my office and my bedroom here, all 2 in 1. Seems fine. I mean, a desk, a bed over there, and that's it. A hermit's bedroom. Oh yeah, and here, you know, from the very beginning, I really wanted a second floor here, so the windows would be facing this way. This is the sunny side, the south side, and from here you can see almost the entire property right away. So I can see who is trying to get in here. The surveillance cameras already show that. But when you see, well, like the second floor, I always wanted to see just more, farther, so my eyes wouldn't just stop at the grass. You don't really trust the cameras. It's hard for me. Viruses. For me, it's purely aesthetic. Like visually, I need to see farther because we're creative people. You know that, right? We have to see the horizons. Constantly expand them. Seeing horizons differs from expanding them. If you can't see it, how can you expand it? It's hard to expand something invisible.
I've noticed many people prefer watching so-called fools, while fewer want to follow successful people's actions. Maybe that's why my friend's channel has been getting fewer views lately. Just a reminder, the channel's name is Batina Usadba. Humanity has watched Konstantin's videos, which he found amusing, millions of times. Walls made of Penoplex, a ceiling beam made of Penoplex, a door made of Penoplex. And when people finally realized that this wasn't entertainment, but actually innovative breakthrough methods of ultra-budget construction, the views dropped significantly.
Or maybe imperialists opposed to cheaper construction are deliberately slowing down the views.
I think this needs to be fixed, because this kind of information could be useful to millions.
Oh, it's beautiful here, isn't it? Our brilliant solution for ventilating this roof. Well, you know, there has to be a ventilation gap between the insulation and the oriented strand board. So our ventilation, as I said, goes through a ridge like this. There's a ventilated ridge, it turns out. I didn't know about it at first, but we found out later, and I bought them separately. Already. It comes out here, but here's the thing. What else is going on here? So here there's the outline, the batten. The batten will go under the soffit. The soffits are ventilated, so it's going to look great overall. Really? I'm really glad that we made this decision. It's great, in my opinion. This kind of roof shape, you rarely see it anywhere, and I really like this option. There are differences here, the angles are different, and the roof height varies, but overall, this composition is quite interesting. This roof is my own design decision. Actually, the whole structure is my design. I drew it myself, planned it, thought it through, and I wanted it to look exactly like this. I don't like steep slopes because I'm afraid of heights, and climbing them is impossible, but here I can walk around easily. That's already a plus if the wind blows the snow off a roof like this. Of course, all this was done taking the windrows into account, not just because I wanted it that way. The wind mainly circulates this way and blows everything away, like now. Yeah, it's very windy right now. Let's go down. Vastness is part of my ideal. Someone leads this movement. Here, it's probably already the intersection. Yasha thinks I'm an awesome guy when I walk on the roof. Wow, glass, whoa. I need to gather everything here. Mushrooms, berries.
That's it, I'm off.
See, that's what I was talking about. Look, here. And people immediately react to this. Man, I just don't get these people at all. You know, you really need to think a little about the technology. Here, the sun didn't reach, so it's fine. The south side got more sun and is more affected. But I kind of know the solution to this. I'm not afraid of such difficulties. I create these difficulties myself, and I solve them myself. It's like that every day, with no days off.
That's all.
A little. I'll fix it a little.
Konstantin installed another window.
Yes.
Frameless windows.
Yes, this is frameless glazing. It's just that I had double glazed windows, and actually these openings were originally made for them. Well, their downside is that they're single chambered. I still hope to eventually install proper windows here, but for now, this is the solution. So it's still better than plastic film, but worse than proper windows. Well, let it be like this for now.
They don't open.
No.
Or they open.
Where do they open? Everything gets knocked out.
And I remember our acquaintance began with this door.
Uh-huh, and now, well, from the mezzanine floor, from the third floor.
Here.
Phew. And actually, it was a disaster here, because it flew off really hard. The whole canister, I just changed the canister, literally, I don't know, maybe it sprayed twice somewhere, and that's it. It all ended up here.
This is adhesive foam. Yes, this is adhesive foam. Nothing is happening.
With the door, yeah, seems like nothing.
What did you say needs to be redone there?
Well, I thought I wouldn't be able to tear it off at all, that it just wouldn't work. Well, I'm peeling off these drops like this one. I don't know.
I remember when you had it last time, you were finishing this terrace.
Well, I'm still finishing it.
It helped a little, yeah.
We used to work on the floor, and now I'm here. There's still a lot of work, but it's much less now. At least now you can see that this is a terrace, not just some kind of canopy, and I like it. We hung out here all summer, and part of the fall, too. Well, it's fine. Actually really good. I think it was the right decision. Many people mistakenly call this a veranda, but it's actually different from a terrace. And here, well, there won't be any of those glass panels or those trendy things like curtains made of some kind of film. No, I don't plan on having any of that. If in winter the wind blows in and I want to be somewhere enclosed, I have a house for that, where I can sit, have some coffee or tea, relax, and even rock in a rocking chair. It's not necessary to do that in winter in some so-called aquarium.
It's styled like a bar counter here, yes.
Yes, it's convenient to have coffee or tea here. You can even sip some soup here.
I hope my visit has shed light on many things, and the information will be useful to you. So give it a big thumbs up.